A 23-year-old wealthy woman was imprisoned in a pigsty. When the police dug up the pig trough, everyone present started vomiting uncontrollably. Inside, there were actually fragments of someone's remains mixed with pig manure, giving off an overwhelming stench. What's more, after investigation, it was discovered that the fragments included the remains of the murderer's 2 wives. This is one of the 10 most notorious slave imprisonment cases. Follow Lao Li to take a look. Everyone is a suspect. The time: a day in November 2007. The place: a remote village in Yangquan City, Shaanxi Province. Outside the village, a solitary pig farm in a mountain hollow constantly emitted a nauseating stench. The long-term resident, Li Guichai, was a middle-aged man whose face had been severely disfigured by a fire and who had difficulty walking. He was also the subject of villagers' whispered gossip after meals. He had a gloomy and sinister temperament and rarely interacted with others. But no one could have imagined that this seemingly pitiful disabled man, laughs loudly, had actually built a living hell beneath the pigsty. The terrifying beginning of the story started with the disappearance of a 23-year-old female teacher named Zhang Lin. After visiting friends over the weekend, he was seen on his way back to the county town. After the police got involved, they narrowed the search area to the mountain road where he was last seen. During this time, a sewage treatment worker surnamed Zhao mentioned to investigators that the sewage pipes leading into the pig farm would occasionally get clogged, and the odor they emitted was unusually pungent, not just the typical smell of pig manure. However, this seemingly ordinary complaint did not receive enough attention at the time. Even more unsettling, a few days later, this worker surnamed Zhao also mysteriously disappeared. The 2 disappearances hung over the village like a dark cloud, yet inside the pig farm, Li Guichai remained unusually calm, still shuffling about each day to feed and clean the pigs as usual. It wasn't until a month later, when a once-in-a-decade torrential rainstorm struck the area, that things changed. The raging downpour, like a punishment from the heavens, fiercely washed over the hillside and actually collapsed a corner of the pig farm's backyard. The next morning, a villager discovered a piece of fabric, suspected to be human clothing, exposed in the collapsed earth. The shocked villager immediately called the police. The police rushed to the scene and cordoned off the area. When questioned, Li Guichai's eyes darted nervously, and his words were incoherent. He was especially anxious as he tried to use his body to block a recently leveled patch of earth in the backyard. He hoarsely argued that it was where he had buried pigs that had died of illness. But his overreaction immediately raised the detective's suspicions. During a forced search, the police discovered an unusual concrete slab in the innermost corner of the pigsty, concealed beneath a heavy feed sack. After prying it open, a narrow, seemingly bottomless hole was revealed before everyone. A stench, mixing the smell of mold, manure, and an indescribable sickly sweet odor of decay, instantly filled the air, making even the most seasoned detectives frown. A powerful flashlight pierced the darkness of the cellar, and the scene that appeared before their eyes made everyone's blood run cold. The missing female teacher, Zhang Lin, was chained to the damp wall, barely clinging to life. Moldy food and empty water bottles were scattered around her. But a deeper investigation revealed an even more horrifying truth. In a deeper, more hidden compartment of the cellar, the police found the body of a worker surnamed Zhao, as well as another set of female remains that had long since turned to bones. Evidence at the scene indicated that unimaginable abuse and atrocities had taken place here. Faced with irrefutable evidence, Li Guichai's psychological defenses completely collapsed. He confessed that, having suffered long-term discrimination due to his disability, his psyche had become extremely twisted, and he was filled with resentment towards society. He took advantage of the pig farm's seclusion, carefully excavating and reinforcing this soundproof cellar, where he lured and imprisoned multiple people over time. The worker surnamed Zhao was killed because his curiosity became too great. As for the unidentified female corpse, she was a missing person from a neighboring county who disappeared a year ago. She chose to dispose of the latest victim's clothing on a stormy night, but unexpectedly, the torrential rain destroyed her fortress of evil. In the end, this series of abductions and murders hidden beneath a remote mountain village pig farm was completely solved. The demon was finally brought to justice. But what this case leaves behind for the world is a lingering chill and a lasting warning. The deepest darkness often lurks in the places we least expect. And one last thing, Guazi used new energy vehicles, direct from the source. Employees save even more.